All right, today we're going to talk about Satori and how to install it on Windows. So satorinet.io, satorinet.io. You can go to the download tab at the top right, and you'll want to hit download and install Docker. And this is because Satori runs inside a Docker container. So we're just going to hit that, and since it's for Windows, it's really easy. We're just going to get the whole Docker desktop for Windows and just download. Just download it, and there you go. Okay. So we're going to run that. Actually, we're not, because I've already done that. But all you would do is run that installer, and after you run it, you'll probably want to set it to run on startup. So go into the settings for Docker. You'll see the general settings, and then you'll see Start Docker Desktop when you log in. You'll want to click that. And so if you have it up and running, it's up here. This is your settings tab. And you can hit General, Start Docker when you log in. Then you can just hit this X. It takes you back out. Okay. So, then you just go down to download and run Satori, and if you're on Linux, you can run these. It's pretty easy, but if you're on Windows, just click that, download it, and let's open that folder. Okay, so I've already installed Docker Desktop, so I'm not going to go through that. But what I will do is run this, but I'm not going to run it from my downloads folder. I'm going to copy it first into kind of where it's going to live long term, because this is the actual runner of Satori. You run this and it runs Satori, not just install. So we're going to take this and we're going to move it. So let's cut, and I have a little program folder over here just for this purpose, and I'm going to paste it in there. And then we can run it. Now you're going to get this message. This is because Microsoft doesn't recognize our signature yet. We do sign the Satori software, but Windows doesn't know what we are. So, the more people download it, the more people use it, and we'll contact them. Hopefully, we can get this taken away pretty soon, but it's annoying. Also, on that note, I might as well tell you where you can see the open source code for this. I have it right over here, don't I? Join. I don't have a link on here for the code? Oh my gosh. Seriously. Wow. Okay. Okay, all right. Well, let's just put that on there as soon as I'm done with this video. Where's my Satori network? Here we go. Okay, so you can go to github.com/Satori network, and you can see the code that this installer runs. If you're curious, it's open source, so it would be in Windows. And you do the runner, and there you go. This is it. Satori.py, blah, blah, blah. You can see that. Okay. So, and that is what it has brought up for us. Let me bring that over. There you go. So this is the Satori kind of, what is this, terminal something? Script? The runner we just downloaded. This is what's running. So it gives you a URL here to go see a graphical version of your Satori node. We're going to do that in a second. But first I want to tell you what it actually did. Like, what did it do when it installed? So it tells you it installed to this location, and it put a startup folder in this location. So let's go to those locations. We go to app data roaming Satori at the bottom. And these folders here, these folders are all the folders you need to make a backup of Satori. So if you come in here and you just copy these folders and then you want to move it to a different computer, you can easily just put these folders back where they belong. That's it. That's your backup. So there's config, there's data, there's models, and then there's wallet. So I'm going to show you the wallet right now so that you can see this wallet is not encrypted. So don't let anybody have access to this computer unless you trust them with not stealing your wallet. We're going to build a vault into the Satori neuron so that your token won't be in this wallet. This is the wallet you would use just to authenticate your neuron to the network. But we haven't done that yet. We're not even quite into beta yet. So there's a lot of these features we haven't quite finished. But this is it. So if you wanted to make a backup, grab these words, grab the whole file, you're ready to go. Okay, so that's how you make a backup. I thought I'd show you that. The other one is the startup folder. You can see I put this link here, and this link goes directly to the program that we ran to install and run Satori. It will run it every time your computer starts now, because this link is here. So that's why I suggested maybe move it out of downloads first so that this link is created, and if you ever clear downloads, delete everything, your Satori will still work. Okay. Oh, that's not supposed to be it. All right, so let's move on to this. Okay, so Satori is up and running. It shows you kind of what it's doing. Connected to peer-to-peer, whatever. If you get a message, we didn't get it this time, but if you get a message that says, should you allow Satori to talk through the firewall? Well, say yes, because we need to connect to the peer-to-peer network. So that's what that's for. Okay. And this is the URL here. So you can just click on that. I actually think it opens automatically. Here it is. So I'll give you, it's installed. It's installed and running, and you're done now. But I'll just give you a brief overview if you're curious. So this is the dashboard. It shows you how much you have in your Satori wallet. It'll show you histories of predictions here, but we don't really have any yet. All you have to do is click on these, and it'll publish it here. It'll show you a list of prediction data streams. So these are real-world data streams out there, the price of Doge or whatever, out there in the wild. And what we're doing is we're trying to predict the future of these. These were pulled automatically from the network. It said, hey, what do you want me to predict? And the network said, well, you could predict these. That would be nice. And so it started pulling them. It's pulling down the data for these right now, and it's going to start predicting these. That's what the Satori neuron does. It predicts the future of some real-world data stream, or multiple of them, whatever your computer can handle. So it can also be a oracle of data. So this is more manual work. The prediction is automatic, but you can set up data streams manually for the network to predict. So if you want. And I have a whole video about how to do that. I'm not going to explain it here, but it's not too hard. Okay. Maybe we should just go through the pause button. We'll just go through everything real quick. Sorry. The pause button. This will pause the engine that's doing all the heavy lifting that might be using your GPU or your CPU pretty hard. You can pause it if you're like, well, I want to use this, for the next 8 hours or whatever. You can just pause the engine. Your neuron's still up and running. It's still talking to the network, but the the heavy stuff is kind of on pause. So that pauses the AI engine, and this, we've got dark mode. That's neat. We've also got a wallet over here. So you can see I have 0 Satori, 0 Raven coin. Satori is a token on the Raven coin network. And that's our test token. That's our test token. So when we enter beta very soon, we'll be issuing test token, which is Raven coin Satori. That's our test token. It shows you your receive address, your private key. If you have Raven coin and Satori in your wallet, you can send here. Someday you'll only need Satori in your wallet and you'll be able to send, but not right now. Okay, a transaction history. This tells you about that token on the Raven coin network, so you can audit it. It tells you, this is the transaction. You can go to like ardian.cryptoscope, and we can actually like look at that transaction. I guess I should have made it a link because that would be easier. But we'll go look at it. See, so we've minted a new asset Satori, and this is what gets mined into the network, really, as your Satori miner is running, your Satori neuron, and making predictions. We talked about the vault, how this is coming soon. It's an encrypted wallet. So, we use the wallet so that we can authenticate to the network and say, this is who I am. You can see my history of behaviors. That you have to have some kind of identity on the network. So we use the wallet to authenticate to the network. And at the beginning, we use the wallet to send you what you've mined into existence. So, but very soon you'll want to send that to your vault so that it's encrypted, it's safe. All right, so that's what your vault is. It's an encrypted wallet. We'll add that soon. We'll add voting a little bit later. So voting is actually necessary because Satori employs community mining. Community mining says the community of token holders is in charge of the token. Not the Satori Foundation, not the miners, the holders are in charge of the token and how the token works. So, at the very least, that comes down to, let me just show you what that comes down to. That comes down to defining this minting manifest. So the token holders are going to be able to vote on what mining activity deserves what amount of reward. So at the beginning, we've just set it at a good guess, I think, of predictively accurate predictions earn 50% of the rewards. Relay data streams, becoming an oracle, receive 20% of the rewards, managing the servers, 10%, and the dev fund, so that we can add more features, 20%. These can all change. If the community thinks they need to be different, they can be different. And that's going to be done here in voting. You can just say, well, this is what I think. And it won't require token burn to vote, not this kind of voting. So, very cool. I think it's very important. This is the management of the system. But that's not what this video is supposed to be about. So we have Satori installed. There's one last thing I wanted to show you. You can open your Docker desktop and you can see that it installed Satori, the image. Okay, here it is, and it ran the container. So this is the Satori container. This is what's running this UI in the background and the engine and everything. So it's up and running. It's ready to go, and we're entering beta soon. We're still really early in our development. There's a lot to do. So, but thank you for your interest. Thank you for installing, and we'll keep you updated. There's more to come. All right. Thank you very much.